Welcome to the Sabrosa podcast, your underground hub. Welcome to another episode of the Sabrosa podcast. A very special episode today because we're here in the building.
What's good? It's Deme in the building. Mr. Everywhere, you never there. You already know.
Mr. Everywhere, you never there. You already know what time it is. Let's go. You from New York, right?
Yeah, I'm from New York.
New York in the building. What borough are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn and Queens. I was born in Brooklyn, raised there, and moved to Queens. Lived there for a minute.
Shout out to Brooklyn and Queens. I like both.
Well, I rep Jersey too, though. I rep Jersey too. I lived in New York for a minute.
Yeah. Word? Oh, so you like very well-rounded individual with Jersey. Yeah, because a lot of people don't like Jersey. I get it. You know, it's because I lived there, so I understand it a little more. But yeah, if you're from the city, it's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a tough transition.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Well, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
I definitely want to get right into the things. We have so many things to cover, so many things to go over, and so little time. So I definitely am excited to have you here, Deme, because you are a very interesting person.
Oh, really? Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, I want to get to know, like, yes, I have questions for you that people probably wondering, but like, I feel like I want to get more into who you are as a person.
Okay.
So you're the host of the Go Getter TV YouTube channel. You have debate task. You have a number of different things. You have the On Deck with Deme. Then you have different segments. Then you have a brand new one with HLM Media, On the Rise interviews.
Yeah, that's a website that I do content for.
Okay, so you do content for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I want to get into. So how did this all begin for you? I did see that your YouTube channel started in 2011.
Yes. I can't even recall, but yeah, it's been around for a minute.
That's a while.
Yeah,
like, it's 2023.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing other things, though, before. So,
yeah.
I started with the content and the Go-Getter concept in, like, 2018.
2018.
Yeah, but
okay, so before that, you already had your channel.
Yeah,
you already
I had the channel
tapped in.
prior to that, yeah.
So, I want to take a little trip with you down memory lane, if you don't mind.
Let's do it.
How did you stumble upon the art of storytelling? Like, how did you know that you wanted to get into the media, like interview, or just when did you know that that's something that you wanted to do or pursue?
It was something I kind of just gravitated towards. It's not something I ever thought about a lot growing up, or just even consistently prior to me doing it. I just wanted to get a hold of the talent, because I love hip hop. I love music all around, but I love hip hop. I felt like it's been slipping away as far as the respect for it, and people appreciating or feeling like there's talent coming up, new artists, and specifically New York, Tri-State. They've been fronting like, we ain't. We can curse on there.
Of course.
Yeah, so they fronting like, we ain't holding shit down. Like, there's not real artists. So I got real personal about that. So I just wanted to. I felt like, I'm one of the people that could definitely present the culture right. I'm a hip-hop junkie, been listening to rap for forever. My pops is a DJ, one of the people who was involved in hip-hop before it was even commercialized, before it was like labels. He's one of the people that was in the park and DJing before it was cool. So,
oh, word?
Yeah, so I meant to bring some stuff too out there, I forgot. But yeah, so that so 2018, I wasn't really doing anything in it besides listening, and that didn't really sit right with me. I'm seeing other people doing stuff, calling themselves hip-hop or calling themselves aficionados and all this other shit. And I'm like, they talk about the same rap all the time. They don't really know nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
that was a good time, too, because that was around the time where I started doing the interviews and started to talk about music. I would talk about more current events and like different like personal kind of topics on my podcast. And then that was around the same time that I started doing it too, because I feel like that was a good time to do
before it got flooded and everybody.
Yeah, before it got like infiltrated, like you know what I mean. Like everybody got a mic. Because I feel like the same. Like, how do you? All right. So do you? Because you have different shows, but do you have any podcasts?
No,
because I don't feel like you don't call them podcasts.
I don't consider myself a podcaster.
Yeah.
It's more like you said, shows or production.
Yeah.
Start out production. Nothing crazy major, but it's a lot of theme stuff. It's not just me talking.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever make music at a point?
Yeah, it's on the channel. I got stuff on the channel, so yeah.
I saw it. I just think so they could though.
Nah, yeah, no doubt, yeah. So I was always passionate about that as well. So
that's dope. Would you ever make music again?
Nah, it's a dub for that.
It's over.
Yeah, so I got a couple of friends that try to get me to do stuff, but nah, it's a dub.
Would you like, for the right like cause? Would you like give a verse or whatever?
There's a few people I may give a verse to, but I don't know. That it'd be a good sell. You gotta give me a good sell.
A good sell. As a student of the game, like you say in your show, name a time where you felt the most challenged, or how, like, what did you do to overcome that situation or obstacle?
Damn, I can't really give no like.
Doesn't have to be like a specific scenario. It could just be like a generalized statement where you felt challenged and like how you overcame it.
No, the overcoming is gonna sound generic. I can't put it in. I forgot the word I'm looking for. I can't put it in a way that that's any different, because really the challenge was just staying focused, even though you're not seeing results, or staying focused when you're having a hard time in your personal life, trying to stay consistent when you don't have the finance or the capital, or when you don't have people to rely on that you're saying you can rely on. And the only way to overcome it is to you just got to keep going. I don't know no other way to say it.
Literally
you
just
keep have going. You can't lose the focus. You have to remember what your goal is. And
why you started it, right?
Why you started it, what you're trying to accomplish. And you got to get into that will. You got to use that determination. So, I mean, it's going to have times where you're going to fall short for a minute, or, slip up, or, need a break or whatever, but just got to get back on there. So that's why I call myself the go-getter, because it's like you got that determination. That's what I say. That's how you overcome it. You got to use that determination.
Yeah. When I watch your interviews, I do get that, like, that vibe from you. Like, you have, like, a very, like, high energy, like, motivated type of, and, like, the questions that you ask are not, like, regular, like, generic questions. Like, you also do your, like, due diligence on the artist. And like, I appreciated that, like, watching your interviews. Like, I watched the Conway interview. I watched a couple others. I've been studying you for a couple, like, weeks.
Oh, but not Conway though, because I don't want people to think I'm stunning. It's Jay Skis, Conway's artist.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So shout out to Jay Skis though. But
yeah, Jay Skis.
Yeah. And that was a good one, because he was a hip hop junkie, so that was a fun one. Yeah,
Jay Skis, that was a good one.
That was a fun one.
Just how you get into like the subjects that you talk about. So how do you balance the two? Like, let's talk a little bit about like your work-life balance. How do you balance like creating and like, do you have a family? Are you married? Do you have kids?
Yes, I do not have. I'm not married. But
I don't mean to get so personal.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm not married, but I have 2 children.
Okay.
So yeah, it's definitely tough.
So like being a father of 2 children, and then creating, like, how do you find time to do everything, and like, do you get overwhelmed at times?
Absolutely, all the time. I get frustrated all the time. I complain all the time to myself. Sometimes I ask myself, like, yo, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I have those moments too.
Just make your life easier.
Yeah. But it's like, no, you can't quit.
Well, at the point now, it's definitely difficult now, because it's just like, damn.
I don't know if you've noticed the analytics of your channel. Like, you literally have 328,000 views and counting of your channel.
It's been a couple of years, though.
Like, have been putting in mad work. You have, like, consistent interviews. You are, like, you're doing different things. Like, we're going to talk about all the different things that you do on your different shows, but you're not just, like, interviewing people. Like you're doing different activities. Like
I'm outside. Yeah,
you're outside. You're
outside.
engaging. Like I want to go outside with you. Shit, I'm trying to be outside.
Listen, we could because that's what I like to do too. We meet. I meet other people. On other platforms, and we work together. We have events together.
Mhm. What are some personal goals that you have in life? Like in general, like some personal goals that you have for yourself.
I grew up in New York, as I mentioned, and I say it a lot, and it's something that I've learned to harness and make positive. I've lived so many different places. I've lived here, I lived there, but I really want to focus and just have one place really where I could just reside at, be peaceful at, be comfortable at, space for my children, and just have a peace of mind. That's like my ultimate end goal. I just want to have that, like somewhere I don't have to worry about leaving or moving from.
Yeah. That's dope.
And of course, building a company to go get a TV, expanding it. It's like a hip hop network. Like you said, I do. Besides just the interviews I had on Twitter, I'm very active. I do daily like forums, conversations. I talk about hip hop. I post artists on my IG channel. So I'm just trying to build a whole.
We literally do similar things. Cause that's crazy. Like I live stream a lot. So I like live stream. Like artists.
And I respect that.
Like live stream artists. Like kind of like reviewing their music. Mm-hmm. Just talking about it, putting other people onto it from like different places.
We need that.
And like I've had artists reach out to me like, yo, this person said that you stream my music. Like what? Like I don't know who they are, but thank you. Like, yeah. So things like that's not easy though. To stream like that's not easy. That's
so I respect everyone who does that.
That's a whole different game.
Yeah, everything I do is pre-recorded or live. Just if I'm hosting something like that, but I haven't done no live streams.
We should. We're gonna connect on that. We're gonna connect. You could just jump on my stream too. It's like it's like a group thing, so you could like jump in and talk.
Okay, yeah,
so we'll talk.
Too. Yeah.
So you have a segment called "Who's Up Next" on your platform, which consists of rap ciphers. That I definitely want to get into that because I watched. I believe it was episode 9. Izzy Hot was in it.
Izzy Hot.
Yeah. So and I did watch like the end of it when you interviewed him and you sat down with him. But I want to get into the "Who's Up Next" cipher itself. How do you pick these artists? Like, do you pick them yourself?
Yeah.
Is that curated by you? Like every single person chosen on that lineup?
Yeah. I do all the booking, all the reaching out. Sometimes artists hit me up and maybe I'll research them, but yeah, they have to just be working. They have to be. They have to be good. First, I agree. They have to be good.
Yes.
And so, of course, good is subjective, but we all know what's the level of acceptable.
They have to be actively wanting more
actively wanting more.
Yeah, they have to be actively wanting more. That's what I always put it.
Yeah, like it's not numbers. They have to have visuals.
Yeah,
you gotta have
that's a requirement.
Videos. You gotta have some videos.
Yeah.
Just like you said, be active. I see you around, or at least posting heavy or consistently. Just trying to be a recording artist.
Yeah, and then also like have good music too.
Have good music. I mean, for the most part, everyone, it's music that I like too. But I try, to just give it an opportunity to connect with other people, even if it doesn't connect with me. But, yeah, just like I said, it has to be an acceptable standard, and then. After that, everyone judges.
Yeah. No, I really liked it because I feel like it was very raw and authentic, and I definitely want to let you know that here. Like I always, I feel like I should have a segment in my thing now at this point called "Give You Your Flowers" because I literally want to give you your flowers on that. I think it was cool. It was like a different, like I've seen ciphers. But it was like different because it was like in a studio and the studio wasn't perfect, and it was like. Just authentic.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I try to do it.
And I think it was cool.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate
and you I'm sure you made that happen. So that was cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Like, isn't it a lot of work?
It's a lot of work and something always happens too. Something always goes wrong. As we, something always goes.
Bro, side note, I fucking forgot the SD cards before the pod, guys. I'll let y'all know.
So something always, but I'll take that's something under your control at least. Well, I guess that's still something always going wrong. But as far as like the guests and that something always just happens. But
Shit happens, guys.
Yeah, so you just gotta push through that, and appreciate you for checking that one out. That came later on. Though I really kind of first started with the debate desk.
Yes.
So I was focused only on that. So then all these other things came later on, though. So that's how I was able to kind of build and get steam rolling.
And that's how I want to get into too, because how did you go from debate desk and you broke into all these different ideas? Because you do like different shows.
Yeah, I do.
You have like multiple shows.
It's a couple
like
of
how
shows.
do you do it all?
I don't even know. Sometimes I'll be going crazy. Well, the debate desk was great. That's still my baby. That's still my favorite thing.
That's where you really get into some shit, and you really talk.
You
really like thoroughly talk about music for real, and like lyrics, and like just perspectives.
Yeah. Have some great guests on there, so that's definitely my baby. I enjoy that the most. But then I just felt like I could do more because I was already expanding and meeting people. So I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to highlight New York. There was artists out here that was putting in work. And I wanted to start highlighting them. Guys like Fred the Godson, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
I wanted to start off just highlighting people like that. Mickey Fax. So I reached out. I wanted to interview Fred. Unfortunately, he passed prior to us being able to make it happen. Then I got with Mickey Fax. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should keep going. Because I really just wanted to do them two. And there was a third person. I'm not going to try to remember. But it was somebody else that I was trying to see. Once I got them two, then I was going to get the third. But then I'm like, I should just keep going.
Yeah.
Then I interviewed Bodega Bams, and then one of my favorite artists, Willie the Kid, and then just
went from there.
And then the vinyl, I just saw the community. I'm in because I'm on Twitter heavy, I'm online heavy. I see it was a community.
There is a big vinyl community, and these artists are making a lot of money off of vinyl. They don't even need deals. They don't need none of that. So that's their deal.
That's their deal. But the fans love it too. They collect even old school stuff, new school stuff. So I'm like, okay,
it's cool, and they have some cool like these vinyls that are coming out now. They're like super cool. They're like colored, and they have designs on them and all that.
It's a big thing. So
and you discuss like you have the episodes where they pick 5 vinyls and you guys discuss them.
Yeah, that's the vinyl show. It's called Digging with Deme.
Digging with Deme.
So I came with that in the cypher around the same time. So,
that is dope.
Yeah, it's a lot of DJs on there, but as you know, it's enthusiasts, it's fans, producers. My last one, I had a producer on there, so yeah, I'm trying to get some a special edition coming up too. So we'll see. Hopefully that goes well. But yeah, I enjoy that. That's fun. I see people like it too. So.
Yeah. A lot of people are into vinyl, and they it's something like you said that they can collect, and it's something that like it holds a memory. Like when they have the vinyl at home, they're like, "Oh, I got this when I was in so and so or with so and so." So it's kind of like collectible. What do you think? So being in these spaces and being in the underground, and I feel like you're in the underground spaces, but you're also interviewing industry people too.
Yeah,
so you're like,
I'm
what I call mainstream underground. Right.
Nice.
So being there in these spaces, what do you think mainstream underground or just the music industry is missing?
Well, mainstream is missing diversity, definitely. Just different type of artists. The underground, I see other people complaining. I don't know, maybe I'm just listening to what I like, so I'm enjoying it. But other people say maybe they need to make better songs, more relatable songs or catchier songs. But I think you should just go to the mainstream for that. But I guess they want some talented mainstream songs.
If you're noticing though, they're starting to play underground artists on the radio.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you gotta just make something that people could gravitate to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, but definitely, just need some more artists to get some light.
Yeah, I feel like it's so oversaturated with the same sound. On both sides, because like I said, I'm on Twitter every day. I'm on there. I love Twitter. Page. X, I guess now.
X,
right?
yeah. You know, we still calling it Twitter.
It's
but yeah,
Twitter because we're older. Listen, man, like fine wine, we only get better with time. You heard? So that it's definitely missing different sounds mainstream, and I feel as though the underground has diversity, right? But everything kind of sounds the same too in some aspects.
In some aspects, that's how
not
people
all
feel.
not all, but there's like segments like that sound similar. I feel like there is more diversity in the underground though.
It is yes, because the mainstream definitely they're following a blueprint. Like they definitely are. I'm sure there's you got your little pockets, and if I really zoned in, it probably sound a little different, but. The underground definitely has a little more different sounds, but then you have the people who are following the known people in the underground.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think that people doing it, like Killer Mike's album, why he has stuff on there that should be getting more play.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't know, they just want a particular sound. I think.
Mm-hmm. Being that 50 years of hip hop just passed, right? How do you feel? Because I felt disrespected, but how did you feel? That there was no hip hop song on the Billboard charts for the first time in I think it was 10 years or 20 years, something like that. It was like a long time. But how did you feel? Like, why did they choose like that specific year?
That's what I'm saying.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't really pay charts a lot of what they call Creed, Cadence, but. I
feel like that was a slap in the face, though. Like, right when 50 years of hip-hop happened, there's no hip-hop song in the charts.
Was it done? That's why I'm like, they play with numbers, so it's like, was it intentional? Was it try to put a smear on hip-hop? Like, I don't know. Like,
you think streaming messed everything up?
I think that definitely played a part. Absolutely.
Me too.
Because it's like, it's like with these Bitcoin, funny money and all of this shit, you can't really keep track of it, so.
Yeah.
I don't know, the streaming is just, it's more inflation.
Right, and it's like fake, fake money. Like, you know how we're like, the money we have is supposed to be the gold, but we don't have the gold no more, right? So it's like the same with the stream. It's like fake inflation.
It's inflation. So plus everybody's just running for that. We was always running for sales, but no, I don't know.
What are sales now?
Yeah, so it's like I don't know. There's no real. I'll say there's no real artistry in the mainstream too. There's not a lot of artistry. It's a lot of people making music, I guess, but. It's not a lot of like albums like what Killer Mike just put out, album like what Jay Skis just put out, album like what Odyssey just put out this year, stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's just so much good music,
but a lot of good music.
There's a lot of great music.
It's a lot of great
but
music.
I feel like there's just so much music, so it's just like
you can't keep
overlap. Yeah,
you're gonna have to just choose. Yeah, you have to choose what you like.
How does that feel sometimes? Like when you feel like. Okay, question from because I feel like we go through similar stuff sometimes. How do you feel when like all your favorite artists are dropping? Like, isn't that overwhelming? You're like,
worst.
yo.
I'm still listening to albums that came out last year. People's already trying to move on. Like early this year, I'm still playing. Especially when it's your favorite artist, though. It's like,
and do people send you music like before it drops, so that you feel like you have a responsibility at that point?
I definitely get a lot of that. I mean, yo. It's tough because I just was going through cleaning up my inbox and I seen a message from an artist from a year ago.
Oof. Do they get mad?
We never responded since then.
It'd be like that though.
It'd be like that. And
yeah. They can't get mad. It's
not intentional, but I listen to the stuff. I'm like, yo,
yeah.
This shit is good. So I'm just gonna post all his stuff next week.
That's good. That happened to me recently too. Like I missed a message. It was in my, it goes like in the I hate that. So sometimes some good stuff goes there. So this like great visual went there, and I posted it super late, and I was like, I'm sorry. And he was like, no, it's cool. And I was like, I'm sorry.
You just gotta follow up with people because I go through that. That's another part of the game. Like you can't when someone is definitely in motion. You gotta expect stuff like that. You may have to follow up with them a couple of times. Like,
I don't. Yeah, I try not to take like especially when we're like doing this type of stuff. Like I don't. If anybody doesn't answer me, I don't get mad.
No. It's all part of the.
It's part of the game.
It's part of the game.
It's part of the game. What are some things outside of what you do that you like to do outside of your spare time, like outside of interviewing, media, creating? Like, do you like, I don't know, bowling or going to play basketball, or is there any other hobbies that you have that somebody may not know about? You like to roller skate, like
I can't front. I kind of gave up everything. I gave up everything.
Yeah.
It's just like it's the time consuming. But obviously I like to spend time with my children. But my personal stuff, I was a heavy gamer. I do plan on getting back, but I just had to just tap in with this stuff. I'm a heavy gamer. I love like I still watch like cartoons type shit and not like silly
cartoons.
shit, but I watch like Justice League type shit, Batman and animation shit like that. Like I really enjoy shit like that.
I'm not into anime like that. Everybody says that I should watch it, but I don't know. I'm not really into it.
Nah, not animation.
Oh, animation. Like creating?
No, I'm saying like watching animation movies like Batman, like superhero type shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but not anime. And I like to smoke. I really enjoy smoking.
A weed connoisseur.
Yeah, I like to smoke. So I just like to relax when I can, Basically, I still like really listening to music. It's fun, even though it's turning into work. But I enjoy that kicking back, listening to music. I do. Still.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So how is that? Because I feel like music has become work for us. So how has that transition been for you? All these the journey of it. How is it for you? Because we all have different perspectives.
Yeah. No, it's interesting, but yeah, it's definitely become work to a certain extent. Even when I only had a debate desk, because I did a lot of research. Because it's really intense. We're not going there we're going there to prove points.
Yeah.
Or even if it's a conversation, you want to sound informed, like you know what you're talking about. So yeah, it's tough. It's a lot of research, and sometimes that's why I don't really do reviews like that. I like to talk about it, whether I liked it or not. I don't really try to break it, because that's even more work to sit there and try to break it down like that. But I do want to add into my more articles. So the easiest way to do that would be to talk about when they release their albums. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah, because you started to do write-ups, right?
But it wasn't always specifically for the album. It was more like a story write-up. But now I'm gonna have to. Just to keep
like a deep dive. You could get into like a deep dive.
Well, less deep dive, I'm saying. That's what I was doing before. I was doing more like a deep dive. Now I'll do like a short just to talk about their latest release.
Like a recap.
So, this person dropped that, or check this person out. But just so I can have more articles.
Nah, do your deep dives.
What's this? I'm running out of artists. That's why, too. So
I'll throw you some. I got you.
Okay, then let's do it. So.
I'm like, I'll throw you some. I got a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I got you. I'll throw you some. So interviewing non-mainstream artists, and then going into these interviews with these like larger figures, as you could say, or more famous individuals, do you get nervous before you interview them, or do you feel like anxiety before or anything, or like is the energy different? Like, do you feel like more pressure when you're interviewing like said person versus like someone that you would see on a regular basis, or somebody that you would is not as famous? You get me?
No, not really. I get more concerned about what the energy gonna be like, what the vibe is gonna be like. Yeah. And sometimes I want to just remember the questions too, but I just want to make sure I break the ice, tap into their psyche real quick, let them know there's not gonna be no sucker interview type shit. Yeah. And, but I wouldn't really say nervous though. Yeah, you just be ready. I just be ready. That's just crazy. Plus, what it is? I be so concerned about everything else going right. So it's like, I can't even. That's like the last shit. I'm worried about the camera. Do you have like a whole team, or is it just you? Nah, it's just me. Sometimes I'll have my cameraman in, so it's just us. But I gotta worry about the time, running out for the time for the spot. If they came late, about the light, or this, that. It's kind of, oh my God. It's like, we have a similar life. Oh my goodness. Deme, you get it. It's a lot going on. So it ain't just come sit down and like, so. Yeah. How's your mental health? Like, how are you? Sometimes I be going crazy like with this shit. Like, I be going crazy. Because, you have your other stuff too. So it's a balance. It's risk taking. It's chance taking. You're tired. It's a lot of times restless. You don't feel like doing shit, and it's like you got to do it though. Yeah. Because no one else cares but you. Exactly. So and that's your power, because you're one of one, and that's your power. And there's people that are counting on you to give them the information. You feel me? And then at that point, you have like a responsibility. Yeah, people expecting it. Even with the Hip Hop 50 thing, I wasn't even gonna do nothing because everybody do. I don't like doing what everybody else do.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a couple of people hit me like, "Yo, it don't make no sense for you to not do something." So yeah, I recently did a little tribute for the Hip Hop 50 thing. Should be out shortly.
Oh
I
my
won't say
gosh!
shortly.
Congrats.
It should be out. Thank you. I just did a couple of episodes honoring some MCs that we don't talk about it when we always talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not like the largest, but they all have imprints. Some of them do have major records, but I feel like some of them are just trapped on those records or referred to like how they do Joe Budden's like, oh, Mr. Pump It Up.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's other people who a lot more successful than him. Not to knock him in the rap shit, but they get that treatment too.
Yeah.
So
why do you think that rappers get that? Like, why do you think that some rappers are like they Joe Budden him? Like, why they do that to them?
Well, it depends. Like with him, I could understand how that happened to him because that's like his biggest song. But anybody that's tapped in, Joe has way more tracks.
He got dope ass music
too.
too.
Yeah, he got dope music. He's one of the nicest to do it. And honestly, Focus was my favorite song from him. But that
the whole Moon music mixtapes were fire.
Yeah,
like when Drake went crazy on him, and you saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, he got emotional.
He wilded out.
He got Carl Thomas on him.
Yo, that's that's the part, because motherfuckers be in their fucking feelings, yo. Drake, get out your fucking feelings, bro. You rich as hell. What the fuck is you doing?
Listen, everybody's not gonna always have a favorable opinion, yo. Listen,
he really mad. Joe got him tight with that album review.
You can't get love every time. Like sometimes it's not gonna be to your liking what you hear.
But it was Joe's opinion of the truth, and that is what comes with what we do sometimes. And then sometimes we don't know what we're saying could like really fuck somebody's head up.
Yeah, or not. I don't have people get upset because I didn't post something. I'm like, yo, man, you playing around. I'm not posting. It doesn't make sense for me to put energy into your shit that you only doing the minimum for. So it's I'm maxing out over here. I'm maxed out.
Like, how are you supposed to put more effort into somebody else than they're putting in themselves?
Come on. I'm maxing out on this side. So
this should be a lot.
I'm reaching out to those who's maxing out too, or at least attempting to. You playing around. Like, no.
And then there are artists out here that are really like putting in that work, fucking doing visuals every week, booking photo shoots, managing their own careers, fucking sending the emails every day. Like people that you probably don't even know yet. Working.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't accept that. I just can't.
Yeah. I've had situations too where I've had to respectfully just decline, just say I'm sorry, I just can't pursue said pod or whatever, because it's just like you're not really doing nothing. So what am I supposed to talk about?
What am I supposed to talk about?
And this should be people. This is a conversation that needs to be had because motherfuckers think that we're robots, yo. No, real talk.
I definitely think we're robots. Like
we're not.
Listen, I'll tell them quick.
We're not fucking robots, guys. We're humans too, and we fucking work hard.
And one of the things I see I come across too. It's like people who only know me as this, so they have a certain idea, and it's like, no, I'm not that fucking guy.
No.
So whoever, certain ways, like, I'm not gonna allow you to handle me a certain way or speak to me a certain way. Like, don't think I'm just some journalist that's in awe of the culture that ain't part of it. Like, we from the same place, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just try to move a certain energy, and everybody that's around me already they could tell that. I'm on some positive vibes, but.
Yeah, you have good energy. I like your energy.
Yeah, it's a lot of lames out here, but I'm not trying to move on that time.
We're not on that time.
I want to see people prosper
and win.
People prosper
and I can see, like, you do segments, who's up next, you're like giving people opportunity, you're talking to people about different vinyls that are in the underground, like different things, like you're talking to people, you're growing people's platforms.
I'm going to people's
you're outside
going to people's events, and
it's not the last time. We're definitely gonna do something together. We'll talk offline, but I just want to grow. Like, I just want to find like my tribe, like find other creators that are doing the same thing, like similar things, and we could just all grow together. Like, why? I feel like there's just room for everybody in these spaces.
It definitely is.
There's just room for everybody in the spaces. What's your favorite I'm not gonna say who's your favorite rapper because that might cause some shit. But who is your favorite rapper of all time? Like 3 of them that are alive.
Everybody that knows me know who those people are. That it's Nas.
Like I don't want to cause some shit.
Nah, everybody knows who that is. It's Nas. You know what I mean? Mobb Deep.
Hey.
And I would say like Wu-Tang, but I love so many different rappers though. Like I'm a fanatic for real.
Yeah, for real.
And I have rappers that I love from each era, each decade, even right now. But yeah, those are my guys right there. Those 3. I mean, I love. Oh, and of course Biggie too. Biggie. But yeah, them.
I'm about to say you forgot Big L,
yeah.
but I'm gonna let that slide.
I mean, hey, listen.
I'm gonna let that slide. You forgot DMX. You forgot Busta Rhymes. But we gonna let that slide.
Busta's debut is one of my favorite albums, though, right there. Word.
I'm like, yo, nah, those are good. I like those. I feel like hip hop is just. Isn't hip hop and rap and just. Isn't it like a beautiful? It's just like a beautiful culture. Just the art of storytelling, just the history behind it, just the way that people would get together at those parks, like you said.
Yeah.
Did your dad used to tell you stories about that?
All the time. My dad was an aspiring. I meant to bring his vinyl. He was selling his own pressed up records before it was a thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so he was already. I got pictures online with it. So
it's like you were destined.
Hey, listen, that's why I said
life is crazy.
Prodigal son, like. So yeah, he was in the industry. He was an inspiring producer as well. So he used to have stories, and I would think he was just trying to be cool. But he would tell me about he told me when Onyx was gonna come out before they came out. He told me that Illegal was gonna break up. These are a few things. He told me if people remember who Illegal was, he told me they was gonna break up, and I didn't. And I was like, I couldn't believe it because I loved their album. They broke up. So eventually I had to really respect it. Like, oh shit, he's really.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, and I wasn't really tapped in at that point too. I was still kind of young.
Yeah.
So, but then when I got tapped in, it was just like.
And it's different because I feel like you have a different type of. You have a different perspective, and a different type of respect.
Yeah, it's definitely
just for the art of it.
I try to tell people it's like you're not gonna be able to match that. Like.
It's different.
It's different. You trying to match, you can't match it because
that's the shit that shit was instilled in you. It's different. No, it's that different. Cause like me, I heard I fell in love with hip hop when I heard Big L.
Okay.
Like my older brother put me on. You feel me?
Harlem in the building.
That's what happened. Yeah. So in Harlem. So that's how that happened.
Nice. And from
you feel me? So that's how that happened. So, but. Like it's different because it's like your pops telling you. So it's like you're looking up. Like it's different because like my family's Dominican, so it's totally different. Like I'm on my own listening to Big L, and it's like
my mom's side is Haitian, so I know how
you
that goes.
get me, right? It's different. So like for you, it's like it's like in your DNA type shit. Like
watching him listen to stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then that's something that you probably talk to your children about. Yeah, you could talk to your children about, and it just goes down and down. And it's like y'all are hip hop for real.
Right.
Real for real. Like, and I do have a question. If they're talking about your younger self, if there's some advice that you would give to your younger self, what would that be?
I always think about. I would just think to really believe. Like I was always believed in myself, and I was definitely always arrogant and sure, but I don't think I had that extra oomph I needed, and I think I was too. I would tell myself to not cut back on the cockiness, but because right now what has helped me grow is to stop the too cool for school shit. That has really helped me. I was definitely one of the big dudes on that. Like, oh man, fuck him. I ain't talking to him. Or that nigga corny. I ain't going.
No, and like you never know.
And I always tied everything into that. And it's like, unless it's some moral shit, sometimes you're gonna have to deal with someone that's corny, that's lame, that you would rather not hang out or be around with. Sometimes you're gonna have to call and reach out to people 2 times, 3 times. So that's what I would tell myself. Humble yourself a little more. Go get that shit. Go get that.
I like that.
Because that's helped me a lot.
That's a good one. That's a good advice to your younger self. I need to learn how to do that too. I saw an interesting quote about humbleness and how it's humility, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was saying that a lot of people tell people to be humble, right? But I feel like you being like that wasn't you like being cocky. I think it was you protecting yourself. Because humbleness, like being humble is humility, and that's you diminishing a part of yourself for another person. Right. So now that I know that, I don't think you should be humbling yourself. No, be the way you are, because that's you. That's your protective mechanism, and that's who you really are. And I feel like that's your like your spidey sense, like like a little warrant, like you know. So sometimes we need that. We need that little like, you know, because it's like you need that like shield. Like, okay, I'll talk to you for this like 2 hours that I gotta deal with you, and then that's it, bro. Like, don't call my phone.
That's it.
You know,
I don't gotta be rude about it. I don't gotta be an asshole about it. Business.
I feel you. Yeah, and then, but that's the thing. Sometimes things are business, and people, just because we say hi to each other on Instagram, don't mean that we're friends. Like, business is business. You feel me?
Business. There's definitely been, you know, even my regular work life, day job type shit, and in this field too. There's been times where you be able to build bonds or friendships. So, but you know, gotta happens accordingly.
This stuff, right? Sometimes creating, right? Like you're self-funded too, right? So, like, that is also like a stressor in life too, because like we have to work, like you work a job, right? You have to work. You're a father, right? And then you're a content creator, but then you have multiple platforms, and then you have like your own like a media company, right? And then you're writing like for other companies too. Once again, like how, like, that's crazy.
I'm definitely organized, you know. Definitely,
you're very organized.
I'm organized. I think ahead of time. I plan heavy, so that really helps, you know. Definitely.
Thank you for being here, by the way, because
no doubt. Yeah, and I loved how we operated. We just reached out, we got in touch, boom. We see that, and that's what I like. People who make shit more than they gotta be frustrates me.
Yeah,
like,
that too.
Don't have to be. Why is this all this confusion and what?
And why do I have to roll out the red carpet?
What do you mean? Get here. That's it.
Reach out to this person, this person, this person. Like, who are you, Beyonce?
Oh, those. Yeah. Like, I get it with some people, because it's like if you deal with everybody that hits you up, it'd probably drive you crazy. Or what I'll say, some of them ain't built. Some of them will probably fuck up their brand if they dealing with every person, because. No, they don't got the etiquette. This should take etiquette.
Customer service. So it's important.
A lot of them, if they were handling everybody, they probably fuck shit up because they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know how to get back to people. Yeah. They might take too. So I get some of them being like, yeah, just talk to them because I'm just gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
But some people, it's like what? All I'm saying is Saturday good. We need to talk to 10 people to confirm that.
Yeah. Or like, don't call me 5 minutes before the show, like, I can't go. What?
Oh, that's the norm right there. That's the
what?
Norm. The day of the day of people.
Yo, talk about like real quick. Like, this is like a good combo. Like,
talk the day of. That's what I be sitting there worrying though. I always gotta worry like, okay, is that show?
Yeah.
Sometimes do multiple guests, so it's not just one. So it's like,
do you record multiple like in one day?
Sometimes
that's exhausting. Like,
yeah. Sometimes
I've tried, but I can't.
HLM joint, I do more than one in a day. The debate desk, sometimes I do a lot of those in a day. But yeah, for one time I did 2 on deck with them industry interviews in a day.
So you booked those yourself too?
Yeah.
Yo, you're so well. Like, you inspire me, honestly.
I appreciate that. You know, I just want to show people them, because there's people I look at too that lets me know that.
I'm like, I feel honored that you're here.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's a pleasure to be here.
I hope because I was kind of nervous to interview you. I'm gonna be honest, because I was like, oh my god, he does like, we're both like, but you're like more like, you've done it for longer. So just the fact that like you wanted to do this, like we wanted to do this, I feel like honored.
Seeing your interview, like I said, you're very thorough. I see your enthusiastic. It's real. It doesn't seem like it's just a play. Like you're definitely into it.
I definitely like to do this.
Yeah, I seen you had two interviews I saw, and I'm like, okay, you had my man Lighthouse on here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I would definitely like to be a part of that, you know.
Thank you.
No
I
doubt.
appreciate you being here, and I feel like I'm definitely gonna always support your platform because I'm super grateful.
But that's why I like to do stuff like this as well. We know we build a rapport, you get to see how people are, and it'll be a future things. When something's going on that I might not even be a part of, I could reach out to you. Hey, like, yo, boom.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is what people need more of, not haterade. You know what I'm saying? Because like, do you get slack? Like, sometimes you feel like, okay, like I've reached out to people. I've tried to do this. I've tried to do this for a long time.
Yeah.
And no one has wanted to do it with me. I don't know if it's me.
Sometimes because what helps me too is I have this conversation with there's two artists that I work a lot with, and they have their own team as well. But so we have these kind of conversations, and he says that to me about what's happening for me and what I have to explain to him as well. Is like, sometimes you only see the final result. Sometimes I had to call that person 3 times, or sometimes they canceled on me twice. They canceled me in the last minute.
That's happened.
So it's like, you only seeing their final result. So don't think I just called them once and then boom, they up and coming. So, and also what I realized too, I look at it like, okay, I guess I'm not there yet with certain things. Certain people is just suckers. Let's get that clear.
100.
Certain people is just suckers and lames. They just chasing the trend or chasing the clout. And then
they just want to do a podcast. And then me being I'm known as a podcaster, which I'm already at the point that I don't feel like I'm a podcaster anymore. Okay. You get me? I just feel like, yes, I'm a podcaster, but like I feel like I do so much research it's like, like you want like some respect on your name. And then also being a female in the space is kind of hard too.
I can understand. I hear that. I definitely hear that.
So that's why I feel like we like as like just documentary storytellers, people that interview people, like media interviewers, podcasters, we all have to like stick together, and we all have to like kind of be tapped in with one another, just because it's like important. It's important to like
the network.
You
need a network. This is what I tell. And
there's so much talent out here,
and that's what I'm saying. That's what my younger self, as I said, even as determined and focused and ambitious as I was, I didn't value networking as much as I should have. Like I'm saying, they're chilling with my friends or people I like, but that's not how it works.
No, I try to. Actually, I feel like I used to be more social, like in person before. Like I would go up to a stranger and say what's up. Now I have like a little bit of like social anxiety, a little bit, just because of how people are in general.
People are people.
Yeah. So like, how is that for you? Like, do you just randomly, like, let's say you're out. Let's say you go to a show, for example. Let's say you go to a show with your boy, and you're there and you're around a bunch of people you don't know. That happens to me sometimes.
Absolutely.
Do you move around the room and say, hey, I have a show, I'm like, or you just kind of chill out until someone talks to you?
It depends. Honestly, it depends. It depends what kind of mood I'm in. And honestly, I got to be honest, as a man, that's already, well, I won't even say that. I'll say as a man who's basically lived the social life, the nightlife. I've been living nightlife since I was young. So when I say young, I'm talking about like 18, 19.
Yeah.
When you live the nightlife as a man, there's nothing happening for you. You got to go and talk. So it's kind of similar to that. And I take the same approach. There's times I've gone out to clubs and I just go to dance, or I just go to really drink and hear the music. I might not approach nobody. So that's how I kind of move it. If I go there with a goal, maybe I went specifically to meet somebody or to link up with a platform. Sometimes somebody invite me and I might just kick back, talk to them, and then I might not talk to nobody if I'm not in the mood. So it varies, but I try to always meet somebody though. Like I think that's a good point. Sometimes you don't feel like really
like mingling.
You don't really feel like mingling.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not a must, but I feel like when you're out and about, I think you should at least try to meet one or two people, or try to meet new people.
It's important, like, or just to let them know, like, yo, I got a show, like, especially like if it's a showcase,
right?
Like, I try, but like some days like that, like sometimes I don't want to talk, and then that could also be misconstrued, like, oh, she's standoffish.
Funny style, yo.
Yeah, like,
funny
right?
Style.
Like, oh, I saw you, yo, but yo, like, or like, okay, has this ever happened to you? This is like fun. Has this ever happened to you? Like they'll be like they'll see you like a couple times, and then like, third or fourth time, like, yo, what's up, yo? Like, I will be on your show, or and then you genuinely wanna like book it, but you just keep fucking like, just life just keeps happening, and this isn't like you don't mean to.
It happens.
Yeah, so that's happened to me. Shit like that, yo, it's crazy.
Nice,
What are some things that you want to get into in the future, that what is something that you want to do that maybe you haven't been able to? Like, do you want to, like, I don't know, write a movie or direct a movie or like do different things that are outside of the scope of what you're doing now?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have a lot of stuff I want to do. A lot of stuff. I mean, I want to build a platform first. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff.
A network.
I want to build it. I want to make it a network, hip hop network. But I want to expand, outside of hip hop. I have some other things I want to address too. I want to start some awareness stuff too. I want to get into like autism awareness. I don't want to dig too deep into it, but I want to get into stuff like that. I'm affected by that. I have dealings with that, so I want to get into. I don't want to get too deep, but I do. First of all, I do want to make a movie type shit. This journey that I've had, there's people I've been around too that I
like deep conversation. Books knows that.
Yeah, no, that's what's up.
I'm like the queen of deep conversation. I be having motherfuckers in their bag in this bitch.
Nah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
But yeah, that's good though. I'm gonna be tapped in for stuff like that because I love just raw shit, like deep and like real shit, like real stories. And we'll talk. We're definitely gonna talk offline because I also have some ideas. I just feel like there's so many stories to tell in the spaces that we're in. And there's so many conversations to be had too. And there's a lot of conversations that men need to have.
That's another thing.
Honestly,
I was talk, and not even about even dating shit.
No, real shit.
I want to talk about because I've been around a lot of men. How do they deal with when they're removed, when they're removed from the house, or when they separate from the house, and how they deal with not being around their children. Because everybody always talk about deadbeat dads, but who gives a fuck about them? They're deadbeats. Let's talk about the dads who are in the lives and who have to deal with that. That's a big transition.
That is a big transition.
From living in the house with your children to not living in the house with them, especially depending on the age and what type of psyche it takes to deal with that. To me, make it through. So
that is a big one, and a lot of people don't see it like that, and they just like, oh, he just moved out, or he just had to move on. But
he just
imagine what that could do to a woman's psyche, right? Because those are her children. It's the same thing that it's gonna do to a man, especially if the man's been there from day one.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
And men in society, you guys can't say nothing about it because society will fuck you over for it. So, or if you go and post a story on Instagram, you're like being like sassy.
Yeah,
or
you're not gonna get no sympathy for that.
And that's fucked up. And that's why I asked you when you were first here. I said, "How are you doing?" Because I feel like I always talk about it on my podcast. Men need to be celebrated more. I have a father that I love so much, and I have 3 brothers. And I just feel like the mental health of a man needs to be protected more, and just the fatherhood, the father in the home, the father in my life. Like, just my dad has made me into a different person. I probably wouldn't be who I am today if my father wasn't in my life, and I wouldn't have as much as respect that I have for myself if my father didn't discipline me the way he did. You get me? So I just feel like definitely tap into that. There are definitely a lot of conversations that need to be had, men on men, that women should have no opinion on, but need to listen to.
Say it again, like, cause
women should shut the fuck up. Please, ladies, I love you, but please shut the fuck up and listen to these conversations that these men are having, because you might learn something. Right. That's how I learned. Shutting up and listening to my pops and my brothers talk. That's how I learned.
Real talk, like, because I mean, they say that the men don't talk, but they do. You're just not trying to hear what they're saying. Like, there's some men that they don't really express themselves, but sometimes you just gotta listen.
And I feel like you guys are simple too. I feel like men are more simpler than women think.
I think so.
I think you guys are simple creatures. Like honestly, I think men like they're simpler than people think. Like they just want certain shit, and if you can't meet it, then they're just gonna go get it somewhere else. And it's literally that simple. Like if
really
he's hungry every day and you're ordering fucking Chinese every day, bitch, and you fucking doing some weird shit, like bro, he's gonna go to the bitch crib that cook every day, bro. Like it's like
it's not
you
a
know
lot of thought behind it like they be thinking.
yeah, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna be tapped into that. Is there any like merch or anything that you have available for sale that you want to plug in?
Not yet. I definitely want to start getting into merch too, so I could just wear it on the shows. But
same.
Yeah, it makes more sense. But just plug the shows.
But it's a big like decision, right? Like what item, what color? Like it's a lot
to be worrying about. Like I know some
more
people
things to be worried about. Yeah.
Got merch, but you
don't just want to slap something on something and just sell it.
Right?
You want it to mean something, like a collectible, especially.
It don't even make sense then.
Yes.
Yeah. So once you step into that, you got because once you get to a certain look, everything got to be correct now.
And it has to make sense, and it has to go with where you're going and what you're doing at that moment.
Yeah, like you don't have to have expensive everything, but at a certain point, your quality should be a certain standard, and then you could move up.
Yeah, I feel like maybe you should make like a vinyl, like an exclusive vinyl with like your favorite, like it has to be something cool like that.
Cool,
yeah, like it has to be like a collectible.
Definitely.
Like a one of one. Like you made 50, there's 50. Like you get me, right?
That's what
that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And like numbered.
Yeah.
Like because I feel like you put in work, so it has to like, like who got it, who don't, like you're gonna have to wait for the next round.
Yeah, because I can't.
Yeah.
Serving like
that's the type of time I'm
not selling
too.
merch.
That's the type of time I'm on too. Like something I feel like a vinyl for you would make sense, and I feel like I'm looking for like my niche, like just like what a fucking keychain. Nah, man. Thank you so much for being here. Like I'm just like excited for what you have coming next. I'm excited for the conversations that you have coming up. I want to see what's coming next for you. Hopefully we could work again in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thank you for being here, and thank you for doing what you do.
I appreciate you having me.
For real.
Yeah, thank you.
Because we need more like good journalists and storytellers and people that are really like doing the shit diligently and not just for a look, like actually like doing their research.
Little clickbaits and all of that.
Yeah, like or like cloudy content. Thank you for not making cloudy content.
Yeah,
because you could, but you don't.
There's no gossip.
And I noticed, I noticed that like your interview style is not negative. It's not gossipy. You do ask like questions, but you don't.
You can't do fluff. You can't
make
it fluff. So,
right. We can't just be like a yes man the whole time.
But yeah, it ain't to put them in no I got or aha moment or just looking for something to click, clickbait type shit. Yeah.
Do you want anybody to check out anything specific like that's happening right now?
Well, just definitely check out my
His
interview with Do It All from Lords and Underground. It's one of my favorite rappers ever. Listen, there could be motivation when I was young watching him on TV. Never in my life did I think I was gonna interview him. So check that out right now. And just check out the channel, The Go Get a TV. Follow me on X, Twitter, The Go Get a TV.
Y'all already know what time it is. We got Deme in the motherfucking building. Sabrosa Podcast. I'm Steph, Sabrosa, Freshie, Layla, whatever the fuck you call me. You already know what time it is. We out. Peace.